Okay, so get back to the fact that you guys are open source, and this is something that I'm probably bringing from my past job, right? But these are some of the questions that were asked by the developers who realized that the project is open source. So, first one is it might be dangerous because anybody could just go in and take the code and leave with it. And the second issue would be who's going to pay for open source? It's just out there. Why
Mhm.
should I pay? So, how do you deal with these two issues?
So the first one, we don't mind. We actually have a funny story. We were getting a bunch of pull requests from China, and they had like based on like because we have telemetry, so we can see people using it, and you can always opt out of it. But the telemetry helps us see what data sources are being ingested, how people are using it, and it helps us make product decisions. And we have it very clear that we have telemetry, and you can turn it off if you don't want it. You just want to use it, that's fine. But we had a lot of PRs and a lot of requests coming in from China. And so we did a little investigation and we found this website that looked exactly like ours, but in Chinese. And we translated it and we were like, this is Wondergraph in China. And the guy was in our Discord and we reached out to him and we were like, hey, this is super cool. Like he built like a whole UI on top of it and like it's Wondergraph, but with like 10, 15 features that we didn't think about or add. And we reached out to him. We were like, wow, like this is really impressive. You put in a lot of work. Like, what is this? He's like, oh yeah, it's used within our company. We're part of an R&D lab section of our company. We're a huge company and we're using Wondergraph and it's one of our product offerings. And so just like you said, they took the code, they copied it and they moved it over. And we were like, this is amazing. Like, you built so many new features on top of this. Do you mind if we like enter into a little partnership? Like you guys can use Wondergraph, no problem. It's open source, but help us out. Like, can we use the UI section of it? And it's like, yeah. And so now we got like 10 to 15 new features that we're going to be adding, like a query dashboard, people to be able to see their operations in a UI standpoint since we're code first. And this all came from a company taking our software since it's open source and building on top of it. Maybe they should have let us know ahead that they were going to do that, but we saw it and we found out anyways, and we didn't mind.